Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. I am Key, and this is As Told by Key, and it is Thursday, which means we are here for Thursday Tea. Now, before we jump into the latest gossip and drama of the world, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am Key, if you do not know this already. And if you like what I do, give these videos a thumbs up, hit the comments, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification so that you get updated every time I upload a new video. And if you are not new here, welcome back, family. I seen you guys on Monday when I gave you guys the great news that 90 Day Fiance is coming back this Sunday, and I am super excited because I love that show. That is what started my YouTube outside of like my jewelry review stuff from Wish. I was reviewing 90 Day Fiance and a couple other little shows, but mainly 90 Day Fiance. So if you have not watched my 90 Day Fiance stuff and you got here because of the jewelry reviews or the chit chat videos or whatever you came here for and made you subscribe, and you want to get into 90 Day Fiance, go check out my playlist. I will link it in the description. Go check out my 90 Day Fiance playlist or my TV review playlist in general. Almost all of the stuff there is 90 Day Fiance. There's a couple of little other shows thrown in there here and there, but the mass majority of the playlist is 90 Day Fiance, me recapping with you guys. And I also found out that they have approved Love After Lockup for a second season. Now, I'm not sure when it comes out, but when it comes out, please believe that we will be here for it, and we will be recapping Love After Lockup, because it's just like 90 Day Fiance. Like, that's what kind of got me through like my 90 Day Fiance withdrawal, is that we had Love After Lockup on WeTV. And so I'm not sure when it comes back, but it has been approved for a second season. And as soon as I get the date for that, I will let you guys know, because I want you to be, caught up with me for Love After Lockup so that we can all be on the same page when we watching these shows, baby, because I am here for it. So let's jump into Thursday's tea. I want to do 3 stories today. So I'm going to start off with the fact that Meek Mill is home. You heard me. He's home. I'm pretty sure you already know it, but listen, I'm excited anyway. Now, here's the thing. Meek came home, and he came home in style. They sent a car to pick him up. That car took him from the prison to a helipad where he got on a helicopter, and he got chauffeured on a helicopter off to the 76ers game. He got his face cleaned up. He got his hair cut. Kevin Hart had some video of it. I wasn't able to get any of the video for you guys, but go follow Kevin Hart. I'm pretty sure it's still up on his Instagram somewhere. Follow Meek. I'm pretty sure it's up on his Instagram somewhere. And Kevin said that Meek got fat, which is usually what happens when you're in jail, because there's not really much else you can do but eat and work out. But I am excited that he is home, feeling as though that I personally feel like he got 5 months of his life taken away over some corruption. Now, the judge that has been on his case has been following Meek for some time now. She's been following him since he was like 14 years old. And there was even, his attorney even spoke out on TMZ, I believe, saying that the judge was at like his community service stuff, which is weird for a judge to be like at the actual like community service or just popping up places where she's like sent him. So it's just a little odd that she's constantly around him. And even the other side was saying that, this is some corruption going on. Meek should have been freed last month when they figured this all out, but he is finally home. He is doing good. So I am excited that Meek is home. I have been seeing people like, what's the big deal? What's the hype? Why do y'all care? He's a criminal. Like, why does it matter that he's home? And like, I just wanted to speak on that for a moment. Here's why everyone cares. Meek got locked up the day after he popped the willy. Okay? They didn't stop him the day that the situation happened. They went and picked him up the next day for violating his violating his probation. They picked him up the next day. It's not like he went to jail that night for popping the willy, which is crazy to me. But a lot of people are like, oh, well, when you're on probation, you kind of just want to stay away from the cops, which is true. You should want to stay away from the cops. But to give him 2 years for that, with no drugs in his system, nothing like that, that will actually be the bigger reason for violation, no weapons, no nothing. Like, he was really just riding his bike and he went to jail. And I understand that he has done things that has put him in this position for him to even be on probation in the first place. But to wrongfully imprison anyone. I'm not even making this a race thing. This is anyone. To put somebody behind bars because you don't agree with what they've done, because you have a personal vendetta against this person, or the police are just trying to make some type of name for themselves, where I'm the person that put Meek behind bars and da da da. Like, whatever the reason was for them doing what they did to him, it was wrong. And that is why people are excited that he is home and that he is not going to serve 2 years of his life or 4 years of his life in jail. He's already given 5 months for something that was seriously, it was just, I don't know. People are just crazy. Like, oh, I don't understand why everybody's so excited. But imagine if it was your brother or your boyfriend or your husband and they did something that's not a part of the actual violation of the probation, and then they go to jail and they're talking 2 to 4 years and they didn't do anything. And you find out in the midst of all of the confusion that the judge has been kind of hunting your husband, your brother, your cousin, your boyfriend down. The police have been like on top of that, trying to get him, trying to get him to go to jail, like basically trying to set him up for failure in a nutshell. And you ask yourself, how would you feel if you know that your person that you love has done something wrong and that's the result of the probation, but since they've been home from that situation and they've been put on probation, they've done nothing that is in that guidelines of this is what you cannot do or else. They haven't done any of those things, but yet they still end up in jail with a sentencing for 2 to 4 years. So you think about that before you try to figure out why everybody's excited that Meek is home, because it's the first time that we've seen someone go to jail for something they didn't do or for having a corrupt situation on their hands, and they actually got to come home. So you just ask yourself that question, and then you'll understand why people are excited to see that Meek actually got to come home. Now, I know this isn't over, but it's just good that he's free right now and he was able to post, his bond and all that good stuff. So we're just happy that he's home. So welcome home, Meek. Yay. So let's get into some drama. I wanted to start off with some good stuff. Let's get into some drama. So Tristan Thompson apologized. Yes, he apologized. He says that he made a mistake, which I find funny. He asks Chloe and True to forgive him because, he just made a mistake. Now, to me, I'm just kind of like, Tristan, thanks for the apology, but it's kind of like he took the Kevin Hart approach a little too late. Like, y'all know when Kevin we first found out that Kevin was like cheating on his wife now. And before it could get out of control, Kevin jumped in front of the story and he apologized and he explained the situation and he got through it, with us. But it's like Tristan is now trying to take the Kevin Hart approach, but it's already too late. We've already seen the videos. We've already seen the pictures. The girls are already speaking out about it. I believe that one is claiming that she's pregnant. Someone also released some information that he was texting her saying that, I want you to take the Plan B pill because I don't want you to be pregnant. So that means he's not only out cheating, he's out cheating without protection. Tristan Thompson could care less. And I really feel like he's only apologizing because this has been going on for a while. He could have issued an apology before the baby came or right after the baby came or somewhere in there. But this has been going on for almost a month now that we've been talking about this. And Tristan is just now coming out saying that he's sorry and that he made a mistake. But I just feel like this is kind of like BS. Like, you just don't cross over a Kardashian. That's just what you don't do. Like, Kris is really, 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 she goes hard for her family. And she's not going to let anybody do anything wrong to her girls and her son. And so, for me, I feel like Tristan hasn't really been playing, which he hasn't. He wasn't really playing a bunch at all back then before this. But he's really not playing now. Like, Tristan's not getting a whole bunch of court time. He has been riding the bench for a while. They are now booing him when he goes home because you have people in the audience that have, of course, sided with Chloe. And I feel like the issue of the apology is so that people can kind of back off of him a little bit. But Tristan, you get what you deserve. Listen, I did a story on, I think it was on the Thursday Tea, or I might have just done a whole story on Tristan Thompson in general in the Khloe Kardashian situation. And I said in that video that, I don't feel bad for Chloe. I feel bad for the kid that's involved. I feel bad for True, and I feel bad for Jordan, his ex-girlfriend. I feel bad for her child. And I stand by that. You got with a man who was in a full-blown situation, a full-blown relationship, and you took that time to interject yourself into that situation, and now karma has come, and it has bitten you in your butt. I don't think you deserve it. I just don't feel bad that it happened because that's usually what happens. Sometimes karma comes back on us so quick that we can't even like prepare ourselves for it. And unfortunately for her, that is what happened. But I don't believe that Tristan is truly sorry. I believe that Tristan just wants everyone to back off of him. He wants to be able to play. He doesn't want to be booed. Like, he's not used to this type of attention. But listen, Tristan, this is the attention that you wanted. That is why you jumped ship so quickly from your ex-girlfriend and the mother of your first child, or however many kids it is up to this point. I believe that was his first child with Jordan. You jumped ship from Jordan to Khloe because you wanted that clout. You used her and that Kardashian name to make yourself famous. And every single woman that you slept with said that they were aware of her. And one of them even went out of her way to say she was a fan. She was Khloe's fan, but Tristan made it seem as though there was nothing serious going on. And she did what she did. So for me, it's like, Tristan, you're going to get what you deserve. Like, the apology, there was no point of apologizing publicly. I mean, yes, you cheated publicly, but there was no point of apologizing publicly because everybody already feels how they feel about you. You're a serial cheater. Your father has even stepped up and said, hey, listen, I wasn't there for my son. He's seen me do bad things, and maybe that's what he's mirroring now, and I would just want to talk to my son. By the way, the father's trying to sell a book. Okay. And he's capitalizing off of this situation as well. So for me, it's like, Tristan, save your apologies. The baby is here now. All you need to worry about doing is being a good dad to True, being a good dad to Jordan's daughter. And if this other girl is pregnant and it comes out that you're the father, just be a good dad, because you're not ready to be nobody's boyfriend or husband or anything like that. Like, you just have to be real with yourself. Apologizing to the world to make her happy and to make Chris happy or to try to get everybody off your back, it doesn't matter. The world doesn't like a cheater. The world doesn't like a liar. And your apologies mean nothing because we've watched you do it before. We're watching you do it now. And I'm pretty sure this will not be the last time, because the thing is, you're getting exactly what you wanted. You're getting the hype. You're getting the publicity. You're getting this money to speak out now. And no one cares about your apology, Tristan. So thanks, but no thanks. You probably should have just apologized to the Kardashian clan, told them that you were sorry, tried to get back in the good graces. Just be lucky that that woman decided that she didn't hate you so much that she didn't want to name, that she chose to name True still with your last name. Because like I've told people before, I teeter-totter on the fence with that because my mother didn't give me my dad's last name for the same reasons that a lot of people are saying that Khloe should not have given True Tristan's last name. Just be happy that she has a forgiving soul, because a lot of women wouldn't have done that. A lot of women would have did exactly what Jordan did and left your butt off the birth certificate and tried to move on with her life because you ruined her. I mean, there's no bounce back, Tristan. Sorry. So on to the next story. Tamar Braxton and K. Michelle. I love both. Okay. Now, they both have bad, I love them both, but for different reasons. I love K. Michelle's voice. I love her. When I first heard K. Michelle, it was before Love and Hip Hop. But then once I seen her on Love and Hip Hop, I loved her even more. And I think that it's because of how honest she is and how transparent she is. Now, Tamar, on the other side of things, I also found her kind of funny. And the first 2 seasons of Braxton Values, I was like, yes, Tamar, I understand. Like, I understood it. But it seemed like the more famous she started to become, the more vocal she started to become, the ruder she started to become. And the rudeness is like, it's not even realness anymore. Now it's, I'm real. She uses the whole I'm just being real, I'm just being honest as an excuse to be kind of rude, if that makes sense. Like, now she uses that, I've been always real and I've been always this, and she uses that as a reason or a cover up of her rudeness. Now, I talked about in my last Thursday tea how Tamar was on the Steve Harvey show and she was being very, very rude to Brooke, like for no real reason. She was just being rude, and she used her mother as a cover up for that rudeness. When you look at it, she's made a comment something like, when you look back at a TV show and you see that you're getting on Brooke's last nerve, and she added Brooke, you're getting on her last nerve, sorry, it's in my DNA. Like, she uses the things that we have seen in past shows with her as an excuse for her rudeness now. And my thing is, Tamar, it's like Tamar has become teen too much, as she likes to say. And K Michelle has been on a crusade. Just in case you don't know, K Michelle has had to have all of her implants removed. She's been very transparent about this. She went on The Real. She's been on a couple of TV shows. She's on the Steve Harvey show. And she's just been speaking out on her Instagram live as well about, the implants and having to have them removed, and how, it just started making her sicker, and now she's going through the process of getting it all removed, and she had to have a blood transfusion. It's just been a lot. She's been very, very sick because of these implants that she had, and she's been speaking about this. And she was on the Steve Harvey show, and she was like, she had got it for the low, and when she got it for the low, it went fine. Everything was okay, and then she did it again, and then that's when she started to get sick, and she started to be tired and things like that. Then Steve Harvey had Tamar on the show speaking about that, saying, oh, well, K Michelle was here. Now, if you don't know, K Michelle and Tamar Braxton have a little bit of a beef been going on before this. Tamar made some comments calling K Michelle Kmart, and of course K Michelle clapped back and she called her a Muppet. And Tamar spoke up about how the whole Muppet comment made her, like, it hurt her feelings. And, Tamar is really good at playing victim too. And as I've watched her and I've watched the shows evolve, I've noticed that she's really good at playing victim. Tamar will say things and do things, and then when people respond to her in a manner that she doesn't like, she will play a victim and say how her feelings are hurt and everything like that. And that's basically what's going on here. Tamar made some comments, K Michelle clapped back, and she got her feelings hurt, and now she's playing victim. So they have been beefing for quite a while now. And when Steve Harvey asked this question, Tamar said, you can't be going to Groupon thinking that you're going to get any type of plastic surgery for a discount. If you're going to do it, go to people that know what they're doing. Stop trying to be cheap. Stop trying to, like I said, going to Groupon and trying to get a deal, 2-for-1 specials on ass plants or whatever, like little slicks, little stuff like that. And so, of course, K Michelle, it was about her. The question was formed around her situation. She said something back. And when she did, Tamar decides that she wanted to go on a crusade. No. Tamar made a comment that she, like, after K Michelle clapped back, Tamar made a statement stating that she was a real mother. And I will post it somewhere over here. I usually put my pictures over here. Is it over here? You guys will see it. But basically, in a nutshell, Tamar made a comment stating that she was a real mother. She would never leave her son for anything, not to chase a man, not to chase fame, for any reason. And shout out to all the real women out there who, take care of their kids and the kids live with them. And of course, if you don't know, let me help you. K Michelle has a son, and K Michelle went to pursue her dreams to be a singer so that she could take care of her entire family. And the result of that was that K Michelle had to leave her son with her mother. And I'm not sure if he lives with her now, but we do know K Michelle has been very upfront and very honest on her show, her spinoff show, and on Love and Hip Hop, when she was on Love and Hip Hop, that she made a bunch of mistakes that, she can't take back. And now that she's famous, she needs the support of her family to take care of her son, because that's not the life for a kid, to be on the road all the time. So Tamar took a stab at K Michelle being a mother. And K Michelle went all the way off on Twitter and called her milk dud and so much stuff. And so people started commenting underneath of Tamar's video saying that if you have a problem with K Michelle, why don't you at her? Why are you throwing shade? Why are you being messy? If you have something to say, just say it to her. It's not that complicated. So Tamar goes on and she does a live video and she gets dramatic per usual. And she's like, I don't get pleasure out of I'm not a shady person. That may be a surprise to you guys, but I'm not a shady person. I don't throw shade. That's not my personality. This stuff is getting out of control. It's getting out of hand. I don't get pleasure out of beating people down. Just, lies, basically. Because Tamar is very shady. And the victim mentality that she has, it starts to get underneath of people's skin, because she basically gives herself the space to be disrespectful and to be shady and to be nasty to people. And then when it starts to backfire or starts to like spin around on her, then it's like, no, I'm not that person. I don't get pleasure out of doing things like that. I didn't mean anything by that. That's just my personal, whatever Tamar needs to say to make Tamar feel better about Tamar. And like I said, I like both of these women, but I like one a little bit more. And it's not because of a bias thing. Like I don't know either one of these women, but Tamar's personality has evolved into something that I don't recognize from the first 2 seasons. Like Tamar would be dramatic, but it was funny, and now it has turned from funny to victim. And I don't like women who play victim when you're, of course, the problem. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. It's a lot of things that we get to do and say, but you don't go for nobody's kids. If I'm digging at you and you alone, then let me dig at you and you alone. But when you start bringing my child into situations, then I gotta start putting your business out there. And K Michelle most definitely started putting Tamar's business out there. If I can find all of the tweets, I will insert the tweets, in here for you guys, because K Michelle was spilling some tea that I'm not sure about. I need to do some research before I speak too much about it, but I will post her tweets for you guys if I can find them. I will most definitely post the tweets for you guys. And I think because of what K Michelle was saying, that Tamar felt, of course, attacked, but you don't go for nobody's kids. You don't. I don't care who you are. I don't care what we're fighting about. The number one rule when we're beefing, you stay away from my kids, I'll stay away from your kids. We stay away from family people. And Tamar crossed that line when she decided that she wanted to throw some little shadiness about, K Michelle not having her kid, and she does. So that is all for today, you guys. Thank you so much. I wanted to cover one other story, but I need to get more details about it because I actually just seen it about Sinead O'Connor and Prince. Sinead O'Connor was saying that Prince was abusive, and of course his ex-wife Mate spoke out and said she was with Prince for quite a while and she never seen him be abusive in all the time that they were together. Like she needs to see proof. She needs to understand what's going on. But I want to get more details on that story before I give you guys all of it and feed you too much of it. But that is what I was